First joke.
Okay, so Brodie nearly drowned in a pool when he was 3, right? And the guy who rescued him and resuscitated him was actually a member of the police force, right? Like, this is true. Yep. And since that day, Brodie has always had a thing for making out with pigs. By the way, man, congratulations on your engagement.
Be keen for a smooch after the show, you piece of shit. Is
that the style show I am?
Yeah, so look, I didn't actually know much about Glenn, so thank God he looks like this. So Glenn doesn't get out of the house much, but he's here tonight because we told him that a roast battle was a competition to see who could get through a leg of lamb the quickest.
So Brodie works as a reservoir engineer, right? Which I think is a great job for him because it's the only way you'll ever get near a wet hole without getting pepper sprayed. I know I did just say he was engaged, but I also did say wet hole.
Oh, God. Very good, very good. So Glenn's got an interesting last name. It's Glenn Grimwood. And when I first heard that I was going up against Glenn Grimwood and saw a photo of him, I thought that was his first name and his address. But as it turns out, a person's last name is actually, it historically comes from what a person's profession is. So like a John Smith comes from a line of Smiths. Glenn Grimwood comes from a long line of disappointing erections. No wet hole for you either, son of a bitch.
Brodie's a very dull, uninteresting guy, right? And he actually met his fiancée at work. Because, you know, why would it be anywhere fun, right? And I do find that ironic because being married to Brodie would be a lot like being married to your job. You know, just the same, like, boring, tedious routine that you just fucking hate, but you do it for the money, you know? Speaking of boring, tedious routines, how about a hand for Jez Watts, everybody? You're doing a great job tonight.
Brilliant. No, sorry. Yeah. Who would have thought that someone's health would get in the way of... Anyway. Look, Glenn has a unique look about him. You know, he looks like a sort of cross between like a friendly, huggable teddy bear and a sex offender. The kind of person who will roofie your drink and then take you home for cuddles. He's going to skin you and turn you into a coat, but he will rub the lotion on its skin.
Funny and true. So Brodie seems like a nice guy, you know, but just like the way you look, you just kind of give me this like privileged white rich parent kind of vibe, you know. You just to me you seem like the kind of guy that would go around threatening people with the whole "Do you know who my father is?" kind of thing. And like, to be honest, I don't know if that's true, but I do know that's the same thing that your future children will be asking you.
Good. All right. Yeah, thank you, Buffalo Wing Bill. Look, so Glenn suffers from a bit of social anxiety and negative thoughts about himself, so if you think anything here is a bit mean, it's nothing worse than what he's already told himself in the mirror. But look, if he would ever like come out and like get out into the open world, he would know that he's not alone in thinking these things about him. But guys, don't worry. Because Glenn is recovering. He is on the path of self-actualization. He is finding himself. I think that he's on the right path, but I think we can all agree maybe it's time to focus on the pray-love side of things.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your roasters! We hug at the end. That was phenomenal. I think you should both be really proud of yourselves. Sam, Crib, Dave, who do you think won?
You both did a really good job. You should be proud of yourselves.
Thank
the
you.
weakest thing on stage tonight was your chin, Brodie. So that's always a good sign. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to have to give it to Glenn.
One vote.
Just because he made fun of Jez, and that's the quickest way to get to my heart.
Thanks, Brodie.
Yeah.
One vote for Ben, so second vote. Shane?
Yeah, I thought you both did really well. I thought it was really funny. No one dropped a line or bombed, but I'm gonna have to give it to Glenn, and my reasons is that I think out of life is losing life, and you're winning in life. So I think you better win something here tonight. So I'm giving it to Glenn.
Ladies
Fair
and gentlemen,
enough,
your
fair
winner.
enough.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, judges.